This is the first time in my entire life where I've actually achieved the goals that I set out at the start of the month. My increase in productivity, time, focus and energy has literally made me into the man that I always wished I could be, using a hybrid of Iman Gadzhis monk mode and Andrew Huberman's daily routine for 45 days. So who is Iman Gadzhi? Iman Gadzhi is an internet entrepreneur, teenage sensation that made his first million at 18 after dropping out of high school. Who is Andrew Huberman? Andrew D. Huberman is an American neuroscientist and professor at the Stanford University of Medicine. He is predominantly known for his work in the field of brain development, brain plasticity, and neural regeneration, very well known in the productivity and self-development niche. Who am I? My name's Johnny Chaplin, and I'm currently serving in the Royal Navy as an aeronautical engineer. However, in 2023, I'm leaving to pursue my dreams of being an entrepreneur full-time. So why have I done a hybrid between Andrew Huberman and Iman Gadzhi? It's because Andrew Huberman's routine revolves around specific phases. So you have a 90-minute block of work, training midday, and then a 90-minute block of focus work in the afternoon. Iman Gadzhi is talking about just zoning yourself into the time you have available to fully increase your focus and productivity on the task you have at hand. Because I'm trying to achieve this routine around a full day's work and a full-time job, I'm unable to follow Andrew Huberman's routine to a T, and I don't think it's realistic for normal people working normal jobs. So this is more of a realistic routine that you can actually fit around working an 8 to 9 hour day, which is why I had to get up at 4:45 every single day. This was definitely going to be the hardest part of the challenge, but it's going to be the most rewarding because it gives us an additional 2 hours of completely focused work before the rest of the world wakes up. So what are the rules for the challenge? So Iman Gadzhi monk mode rules were: no alcohol, no porn, no caffeine, exercise daily, meditate daily, and create more than you consume on social media. This is to give your dopamine system a hard reset and allow you to focus on tedious tasks. Then the rest of my routine is built up around Andrew Huberman's recommended daily habits. Waking up early, meditating, reading, natural sunlight in the eyes in the first hour of waking up, daily exercise, 11 minutes of cold therapy throughout the week through cold plunges, 30 minutes of hot therapy in the week through saunas, and 90-minute blocks of hyper-focused work. So I set myself 6 tasks for the day. Wake up before 5 a.m, morning cold plunge, 10 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of meditation, 1 hour of business, and 1 hour of exercise. I allowed myself to fail 2 tasks per day, so I had to, at minimum, achieve 4 out of the 6 tasks. So my day goes as follows. I'd wake up at 4:45 a.m. and get up straight out of bed. There was no snoozing allowed. This would allow me to get straight to work, my most important task of the day, which is achieving that minimum of 1 hour of focus work on the business. So using the monk mode rules, I didn't have any caffeine in the morning and I didn't have any social media. 1 hour of deep focused productive work. Then after this hour to an hour and a half of work, it would then be around 6:30 a.m. I would then have a 3-minute cold plunge and get some morning sunlight into my eyes. In the morning, I'd be fasted and I wouldn't eat till around 11 a.m. before I trained at lunchtime at work. I then would set off to work at 7 a.m. to arrive for work at 7:30 a.m. I'd work from 7:30, I would eat at 11 a.m. I'd break my fast. I would eat a high protein, high carb meal, unlike Andrew Huberman says, just before I train at midday. And then after training, I would then go back to work from 1 till 4 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, I'd come home and the first task that I allow myself to do so I don't get into that post-work slump would be meditate and then read 10 pages. And then after that, I have a whole evening in which I can spend with my girlfriend. So why do I even want to do the challenge or try these routines in the first place?
For 2023, I've just had the idea. I basically want to try optimizing my time properly, as I know to be successful I need to be outworking everyone else. And I've always put the excuse down to not having enough time, but I need to start learning to prioritize. So this is day 1, checking in. Good night.
So the biggest change was the 4:45 a.m. start, and I definitely found this the most difficult at the beginning.
Day 1 is currently 5:13 a.m. I'd set my alarm for 4:45, but it was a bit of a struggle to wake up today. We definitely need to go to bed a little bit earlier. 10:05, a little bit later to bed than I wanted to be. So far, day 1, don't feel too bad. Day 2, it's 5:01, as you can kindly see there. I slept terribly. I didn't go to bed early enough, and I woke up like 10 times before my alarm. I definitely think the evening part of this routine will be the hardest part to try and be disciplined for, to get to bed early, or else I know I'm just going to have this built up fatigue. I'll probably not be very productive towards the end of the week if I don't start getting proper sleep. So the second day done. Feedback from the day. I definitely needed to get into bed earlier last night, so I'm learning from that, and tonight it's 9:15. I'm getting into bed. Ideally I want to be in bed like 9:15 so I can read for 30 minutes and then wind down, no screen, and get the optimum sleep. Check in tomorrow. Good morning. Day 3. Up again at 4:45. The time is 4:59. Feel a little bit better this morning. Definitely getting to bed earlier helps.
So how are we doing so far with the challenge and our 6 daily tasks?
Day 3 of the challenge, and we achieved the wake up before 5 a.m, the 1 hour of business, the morning cold plunge, 1 hour of skill. We're about to read 10 pages because it's currently 26 minutes past 8. So we'll have achieved the 6 out of 6 of the goals. Monday and Tuesday we didn't get that 1 hour of exercise. Excited for tomorrow and for the morning block of work. I'll see you in the morning for my morning report.
So the first 3 days of the challenge went well, and then on day 4 I had an absolute disaster with my alarm.
Right, it's morning 4 and we've had a wonderful sleep, but I'm pretty fucking annoyed because basically it's a sleep thing on my Apple Watch, and it's supposed to connect to your iPhone and they sync up. And then I woke up this morning and I was thinking, feels suspicious, and it was. And the Apple Watch hadn't connected to the iPhone, so no alarm went off. Very annoying. I already feel like I'm missing out like an hour's worth of work, which I am, so it just proves that obviously this morning routine is a good thing. But yeah, 6 a.m, so I'm gonna crack on. Evening check-in, day 4. It's currently 21. Yeah, today's been good. Obviously, later start, but one thing I have noticed with this schedule is that I've not been making time to read. I need to make sure that I prioritise getting an hour of exercise, and I need to make sure I prioritise reading at least 10 pages, because I'm so focused on doing tasks and building out all these things I've got up in here, but also I need to take the time to slow down, educate myself. However, I am feeling good, ready for tomorrow, so I'll see you in the morning. It's morning 5 and we did it again. We're up before 5 a.m. and we're on the computer ready to finish off what we were doing yesterday. We've done a whole week of pre-4 a.m. starts apart from the blip yesterday, but we did get up at 25 past 5 yesterday, so still early. Another day. I'll catch you later.
So after the first week of completing the challenge, I realised that it'd be completely unrealistic to maintain the 4:45 a.m. starts on the weekend. This would require me to go to bed at 9 o'clock on Friday and Saturday night, which when socialising with friends, girlfriend or family is completely unrealistic. So I decided to scrap tracking the tasks throughout the weekend. However, I still maintained a cold plunge, reading and exercise. That was week 1 done, time for week 2.
It's Sunday the 22nd of Jan. This is gonna be my second week of 4:45 a.m. starts. It is currently 4:57 a.m. We're up. It's time to do 2 hours of super productive focus work, have a cold plunge, get in the shower and then go to work.
So the second hardest aspect of this daily challenge was the morning cold plunge. So the reason why I incorporated a daily cold plunge is because Andrew Huberman said it had the following benefits.
When you get into cold water and it's uncomfortable and you have to slow your breathing down, a couple of positive things happen. First of all, adrenaline release is the common generic signature of stress. You are deliberately putting yourself into stress. If you can learn to calm your mind a bit and relax, or at least make it through that, you are becoming more resilient. The second thing is that it increases your metabolism, not just while you're in the deliberate cold, but for many, many hours, maybe even days afterward. The third and kind of final thing is the reduction in inflammation. You know, inflammation, we hear all the time, it's bad for your brain, it's bad for your body. It reduces inflammation. Basically what you want to do is get into uncomfortably cold water that is safe for you to stay in for a total of 11 minutes per week. That's what the research says. I'm drawing from peer-reviewed studies.
I'm glad you said per week.
So I'd like to thank myself for sponsoring this video. If you like the look of the tub I'm sat in and you want to try cold exposure and cold plunges yourself from home conveniently to add this into your routine with minimal friction, then go check it out at shredrope.co.uk and use code SHAPS for 10% off. Now back to the video. So including this in my morning routine was quite difficult to begin with, but as soon as I got over the fact that I have to just do it every single morning, non-negotiable, it was easy and I really enjoyed it. And I think it really helped with the no caffeine in the morning, because after the cold plunge I had a huge surge of dopamine and I felt really awake, so I didn't need a morning coffee. Monday the 23rd of Jan, currently 10 to 6 at night, and let's go check out the board. Bosh, we got our first 6 out of 6 day, and also we're smashing in. We're gonna hit our top goal there of 4 YouTube videos in January. Gonna be my first time actually completely ticking off this board, so I am proper buzzing. These 4 AM starts are worth it.
Good morning. It is morning. It's Thursday. Is it? What the fuck is the day?
So it is Monday the 30th of January, and I failed the last 3 days. So I did achieve 4 out of 6 tasks for the mornings that I set out to do, but I didn't read. I didn't wake up before 5 AM on the weekend. However, I did wake up around 7:15 both days. So it wasn't too late. It wasn't like I laid in loads. I had loads of admin to do for the videos that I posted. But yes, didn't do 5 AM. And then today I didn't do 5 AM or the cold plunge, but I did read, whereas on the weekend I didn't read. So Tuesday the 31st of January will be my 3rd week of going back into the 5 AM starts, or the 4:45 starts. So let's continue this week. But so far I'm waking up earlier naturally, and when I don't wake up early, I really feel like I've missed out on a ton of time to work on my business and work on my goals. So I definitely think I'll keep this up. It's just the being disciplined of going to bed early. I'm missing out those evening chill time that we sort of built into our normal lives and routines. But yes, I'll see you in the morning, Tuesday the 31st of January, for my pre-5 AM check-in.
So it's Tuesday 31st and we're up. We did it, 4:45 start. I'm ready to smash out some work now. About to have my spiced orange cup of tea and get on with the day.
The final habits I want to talk about are meditation, daily reading, and organizing your most important tasks into a 90-minute focus block. So there's a reason why highly successful people meditate and read. It's because it opens up a different part of your mind and allows you to have this different level of focus on small tasks, as well as educating you on different things that you can do within business or your finances, depending on obviously what types of book you read. But at the moment I'm reading books about selling and sales, and it's massively helping me within my business. And meditation, if you've never tried meditation before, I would highly recommend checking out Sam Harris's Waking Up app. Shout out to Cloud9 Theory for introducing me into mindfulness and meditation and actually explaining to me on how to do it properly. The whole focus is not on about having nothing in your mind, but it's simply the analogy that Greg said was, so your mind and thoughts are like a river, and meditation is trying to teach you to stand at the side of the river and let the thoughts flow past you, and you can acknowledge them and see them, not being stood in the middle of the river and having some thoughts coming to you and overwhelming you. So I think that meditation is a skill that I'm going to massively focus on, and the focus blocks have literally allowed me to do so much additional work. Combined with the early start, I've actually finally achieved a full month of 4 videos every single month in January and in February. So I'm now 12 videos deep consistently every Sunday, which actually means the world to me. I never thought that I'd be this guy who's actually setting goals and achieving them. I'm finally living up to the guy that I always knew I could be, and it's all down to this new routine.
So that's January finished, and this is the end of the month thoughts, I guess.
This is the first time that I've actually set goals and I've completed all of them. It feels pretty nuts to like actually set yourself out goals and then actually go ahead and start achieving them. So it's time to set some goals for February. So as time went on, the challenge got easier because it became my normal routine. I was waking up at 5 AM really without an alarm clock, and the morning cold plunge was almost enjoyable to look forward to shake off the cobwebs before I went to work.
Check out how beautiful the sky is this morning. If that isn't morning sunlight exposure, I don't know what is. That is absolutely beautiful.
Just as I thought I was crushing it and I was in a great routine, I had a slip up because I moved back from staying at my girlfriend's house to staying at my house, and this happened.
I've fully fucked it this morning. I didn't get up in time. I didn't get up on the 4:45 alarm, and then I thought I just slept, blinked for like 10 seconds, and it's 7:10 and I'm gonna be late for work. So this is my first proper failure. I'm owning full responsibility. It's my fault. I didn't have the discipline, I didn't have the guts to get up out of bed at 4:45 AM when my alarm first went off.
So that's the end of the 45-day period of running this hybrid routine of Andrew Huberman and Iman Gadzhis. So what do I think about this routine, and am I going to keep it going? So I think it's very limiting to an ordinary life, and therefore for the normal regular person who's going about their everyday life, going to a normal job, I think it's quite restrictive and takes away the social pleasures of evening time with friends and family. However, for someone like me who is leaving full-time income to be self-employed as an entrepreneur, you need to be putting yourself in a strict, rigid routine in order to get yourself into a financial situation where you can then enjoy yourself. I believe this anyway, and I believe this is the case, and this is why I'm going to be continuing on doing this routine as I have done for the last 45 days. I have found to have so much success with productivity this last 2 months, more than I have ever had in my entire life, and it's all down to this combination of this early mornings and this ice tubs and this ensuring that I get sunlight as soon as possible. Like genuinely, I have tried early mornings before. Like everyone's seen these 4 a.m. starts and these celebrities starting at 4 a.m. like The Rock or Mark Wahlberg, and I've tried it before and I just got so lethargic and just felt horrible throughout the day when I tried it before. Whereas the effects of having an ice bath at like 7 a.m. so you've been up for like 2-3 hours, it just like shakes off the cobwebs, and then you feel class, like genuinely. And dropping caffeine from the Iman Gadzhis monk mode aspect and social media and porn and everything like that, like my brain, I've got true clarity for once. Like if you're watching this and you understand those days when you've just got brain fog and you don't know what it's from because you've had great sleep and you're eating right, like try meditating, try cold plunges, and try getting on a strict sleeping schedule, and I promise you it will change your life. So I'm going to maintain this routine. I've smashed it for 45 days and I'm truly proud of myself. I made some mistakes along the way, we're all human, but I really enjoyed pushing myself to actually stick to this rigid routine, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, make sure to give this video a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and follow me on this journey of entrepreneurship. So now I've optimized my routine and I've got some businesses in the works. Next week's video is a surprise, so make sure to tune in next Sunday. I'll see you next week. I've been Johnny Shapland. This has been 45 days of the hybrid Andrew Huberman Iman Gadzhis routine. Your boys Gonskis.
Chase a bag. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I hate when I get up and the bitch asks where you going on the dead lows. Bitch, what is you saying? All that playing hard to get.